welcome back. This is Advanced Geometry with Mrs. RRubright. Today's lesson is 11.6, Volumes of Prisms and Cylinders. Alright, so we have some formulas for the volumes of prisms and cylinders, and I need you guys to copy this for your notebook. So we have the volume of a prism is the area of the base times the height. The volume of any prism is your area of your base times your height. And the volume of a cylinder is the area of the base times the height. Okay, so with a cylinder, your base is a circle, so it's pi r squared. The area of a circle is pi r squared times your height. So pi r squared h is the volume of a cylinder. If your prism is a rectangular prism, it's going to be length times width times height. If it's a hexagonal prism, it'll be the area of the hexagon times the height, or the area of the triangle, 1/2 base times the height. So whatever the shape is of the base, it's that area times the height. Make sense? You guys copy the two formulas? Well, I guess they're the same formula. So the volume of any prism or cylinder is the area of the base times the height. Alright, so here is a 3D puzzle. Find the volume of the puzzle piece in cubic units. So we can just count. So right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then up here, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 20 cubic units. You guys see how there's 4 up here? And this is 7 by 2. That's 14 of them down here. 14 plus 4 is 18, 19, 20. 20 units squared. Find the volume of the solid. This is a right trapezoidal prism. So we have to find the area of the trapezoid times the height of 5, right? So the volume equals the area of the base times the height. The trapezoid, the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height times the sum of the bases. 1/2 the height times the sum of the bases times the height of this whole shape, the height of the whole shape, which is going to be 5. Okay, so 1/2 the height, 3. Sum of the bases, 14 and 6. So 20 times 3, 60, divided by 2, 30, times 5, 30 times 5, 3 times 5 is 15, with an O, 150 centimeters squared. Or sorry, volume, cubed, centimeters cubed, volume is cubed, 150 centimeters cubed. Try this one. The volume of this is going to be the area of the base times the height. The base is a circle, pi r squared times the height. Try this on your own. So it should be pi times 9 squared times your height of 6. 81 times 6 is 486. So this is going to be 486 pi in terms of pi, or 1,526.81. And this is in feet cubed because it's volume, feet cubed. This one is a cube, and it says the volume of the cube is 90 cubic inches. What is the volume of x? Well, the volume is area of the base times the height. X times x times x in this situation, or x cubed. So x cubed equals 90. So what times itself gives you 90. What is the cube root of 90? So you take your calculator, 90 second, the y to the x, 3 equals. And you get 4.48. 4.48. So does everyone understand how to use your calculator on that one? You press 90 second, the number right above your divided by symbol. and then press 3 equals for the cube root. So you could do that for the 5th root or the 6th root, and so on. So that's 4.48. I'll work with you right after class. We'll go over it in your calculator. All right, so the volume of the puzzle piece is shown in cubic units. All right, so the volume of this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units cubed. I guess we can just put a U. 7 units cubed. Find the volume of a square prism that has a base edge length. So we have a square prism. And it says a base edge length of 5 and a height of 12. Area of the base, 5 times 5 times the height. 25 times 12 is 300. This should be 300 feet cubed. The volume of a right cylinder is 684 pi cubic inches. The height is 18. So your height is 18, and it says the volume is 684 pi. Well, what is the volume of a cylinder? It's supposed to be pi r squared, area of the base, times the height, equals 684 pi. Your height is 18. So divide out the pi on both sides, it's gone. Divide out 18 on both sides. 684 divided by 18 is 38. 38 equals r squared. Square root, square root. The square root of 38 is going to be your answer. The square root of 38. Find the volume of an oblique cylinder. So it's still based on Cavaliere's principle. Cavaliere's principle basically says if you have a stack of quarters and you make it slanted, it's still going to have the same volume because you still have the same volume or mass of like all those quarters, right? They're going to take up the same amount of space, whether they're stacked perfectly or if they're stacked on a slant. So as long as you do the height times the base, the volume is going to be the area of the base times the height, right? So as long as you're doing that, you're fine. So the base here, pi r squared, 4 squared is 16, so 16 pi times your height of 7 is going to give you the answer. 16 times 7 is going to be 112 pi, or 351.86. 351.86 if you multiply by pi. So even though it's slanted, you still just do the same thing. Your height is just outside of it. Okay? So once again, the area of the base, this is a triangle, so 1/2 base times height times the height of the shape. And when you multiply that all out, you do 9 times 8 times 5 equals, divide by 2 equals, you should get 180 on this one, 180. And then our very last problem, this one is not drawn all that nicely. It's kind of hard to understand what it is that they're drawing. So on this one, it's actually a triangular prism with a tunnel. So this is supposed to be like missing. So you want to get the volume of the triangular prism, and then you want to subtract the volume of the square prism that's missing, the hollowed out part. Okay? So the triangular prism, you're going to have the area of the base times the height, 1/2, 10 times, do I have a height? I don't. So I need to find it. So this is a 5. This edge right here is 10. So, okay, if this is 10 and this is 5, isn't this like a 30, 60, 90? X, 2x, x rad 3? Because this is just a equilateral triangle. We know it's equilateral anyway, because if this and this are equal, it's equilateral. It's a 30, 60, 90. 60, 30, so x, 2x, x rad 3. So 1/2 your base times your height times the height of the shape, the distance between the two bases. That's the first one. So we're going to have 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 6 is 150. 150 rad 3 minus whatever that is. Area of the base, this base is 3. So 3 times 3 is 9 times the height of 6. 9 times 6 is 54. So minus 54. So 3 square root times 150 equals minus 54 equals, and I got 205.81. 205.81. And that is everything on our lesson on 11.6, volumes of prisms and cylinders. We hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please like and subscribe and have a great day.